How's it going, folks? And you're very welcome along to the Motorcycle Hour podcast, where we talk all things motorcycling. A quick shout out to our sponsors, Terrance Healeys Motorcycles Tullamore, your main Honda dealer for the Midlands. City Spares Motorcycling, Cherry Orchard Industrial Estate Dublin, your Honda and Suzuki agent. And motorcyclingtraining.ie, your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle training needs. Before we kick it off, we do want to give a reminder that this podcast is intended for audience of 18 years and older. So just remember this when deciding where and when you listen. How's it going, folks? And you're very welcome back to the Motorcycle Hour podcast. We are on to episode 61. We've a very, very interesting one coming up for you. We had the one and only, your newly elected MCI president, Alex Sinclair, on for a chat. And we hit him with a couple of questions that we know you all want the answers to. So hopefully we got a bit of clarity on what's going on. I am joined in studio, as ever, by the one and only 5'3.5". Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only Charlie Riley.
Hey, boys. Sound.
No, there you go. 50 euro you owe me for that.
Away you go, shite.
And talk about Tweedledum and Tweedledee himself is here. Kieran Riley, what's going on, man?
How are we all?
What's happening, man?
Oh, good now.
Fresh and while you're looking.
I know.
You got rid of the Ellen DeGeneres haircut as well, I noticed. Looking fresh.
Give it time, it'll come back.
looking fresh. And talk about looking fresh, the one and only, the main man himself, the Mufasa, James Moore is here. All right, James.
All right, buds.
Hold on now, you get one of these too.
Oh, thank you very much.
Where's my one?
No, not for you. None for you, buddy.
You're only in the door away.
You're only in the door away. Exactly. Well said. Yeah. Come here, what's been going on, boys? Talk to me. Any old crack?
Feck all. No, last week there I bought a brand new, what's the jacket I bought, Brendan?
Oh, it's Parkside.
It's not the fucking... No, it's Alpine Star.
Lidl's best.
Off Terrance Healeys there, yeah. And as the man says, he gives you the old 10% discount and all the crack. Lovely jacket.
Deadly.
He has some lovely gear over there, boys. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Helmets, great, lovely selection of helmets now. Really good selection.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's he doing now? Shoei,
RI, HSC.
That's what I might get Saturday now. A new pin lock from Shoei, Neotech.
Yeah.
That's the one I have on it.
Yeah. You'd have them over there for sure, man. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I was laughing. We were down, myself and Mark were talking, so I was over there looking at bikes. I'm not telling you what I'm getting yet, because everyone else, I'm just not telling you yet what I'm getting. But we were over there looking at bikes anyway.
Keep round me and I'll tell them what you're getting.
A deal has been done, but we were there and Mark, of course, was trying to get the sale across the line, and we looked up and we see the child with the chest out and this new jacket on him, and he throwing shaves, like, you know what I mean? And Mark lets a roar off. Oh, but Jez, he says, you must have found the kids section. No, it was class. I really got sick laughing.
But I didn't hear him, because if I'd heard him, he would have got some fucking head. I tell you, humpy.
It was a good one, John. Wasn't it?
It was a good one, to be fair, it was a good
Brilliant,
one. But no, it was great old crack. Again, we keep saying it, but my God, what a selection of bikes. Absolutely unbelievable over there. They're all mint.
Absolutely, yeah.
They're all mint. I mean, jigs are sold.
But he's such a nice fella to deal with.
You sold it?
Well, you know.
No, not my one. The blue one that was over there. Some other just inconsiderate, I don't even know what to call him, bought. Went right behind me back and bought it off him. Not on at all, but gorgeous bike, isn't it?
Oh, it's
my God.
Same with the CBR 1000.
No, that wasn't that he bought. Yeah.
The CBR 1000 or horror.
No,
that's some baby as well.
And I can't believe in saying this, the new CBR 600 is gorgeous. You know the way they were all gone narrow and little shitty tanks, and you know what I mean? They just look like, do you know what I mean? They look like 125s. The new CBR 600, man, is all in it. Nice wide tank, wide back. I tell you one thing, it is all in it.
Absolutely. I won't tell you a lie now, Brendan. You say the same now. Yeah. When we went upstairs and we were looking at it first, we actually thought it was 1,000.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the fucking thing is a 600.
Yeah.
But it's class.
It is class.
Absolutely. It's a muscle bike.
It's a gorgeous bike now. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Like
gorgeous.
now, I could ride it. I know that's saying something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'd normally make like any oak look tiny, you know.
Absolutely. And I make them look massive. Massive.
He was on the little monkey bike. He's fair chows on the GSX 1400.
Says you're right. Says you're right.
Yeah. I got a new battery for the 14 today, so I'll have it down to you. Maybe I'll have it down to you Saturday.
The 14.
If you want to go over as well.
Oh, yeah.
Who you put the hard sideways in me. I thought you were talking to me, and I was just like, what am I after agreeing to do for that, man? Oh, the Charlie, yeah, bring it down to him. No bother. Bring it down to good old Charlie.
I tipped down up to Battery World there in Kimmy's there today and got a new battery for it because the one I had in it was just...
Wait till I tell you. Not telling you. I was talking to Brendan on the phone today. I come down to start the Z. Battery's dead as a fucking dodo. And yet, it was grand 2 weeks ago. Our first time.
I also invested in a trickle charger when I was up there.
Trickle chargers, boys.
Yeah.
Trickle chargers. Do you know what you can do?
You know what he told me? He says, I said, can you get batteries back? He said, it depends how long they're out of charge. But yes, there is ways of getting them back. But I know I have that somewhere in my files somewhere how you do that because I've done it before in batteries. But he says, if you're not using the bike, take the battery out, bring it inside.
Yeah.
That's 100%. A good one, start. And if not, then, keep it on trickle charge.
The only time you can't bring a battery back is all battery cells hold 2 volts. And if one of the cells breaks down, she's gone. She's ghost. Not a thing you can do with it. Boys, we're going to get into the more technical talk now. But before we go on an absolute array of bullshit talking, I think we'll bring this interview with Alex Sinclair.
Oh, yeah, later on there.
Because this is the professional part of it. It's going to be all downhill from here.
Yeah.
But anyway, here we go. Over to the one and only Alex Sinclair. Folks, I'd like to give a massive, massive welcome to your newly elected MCI president, Alex Sinclair. You're very welcome to the podcast. How are you keeping?
Thank you, Brendan. You're already scaring me. I just it's just starting to sink in. I know it's really actually only it's about 11 days since I was elected.
Yep.
And it's really just starting to sink in now. What is involved in terms of the whole history of this organization, and to take on such a role is really, well, I'm very proud for a start. My dad would be very proud, and,
yes.
And it's a tremendous honour to be here with you now to be able to represent Motorcycling Ireland.
Absolutely. Well, look, firstly, congratulations on being elected to it. So obviously, it's the future of the sport. We're absolutely 100% sure is in good hands anyway. So the best of luck with everything, and we're all rooting for you, and we all hope everything works out well. And I know we've had tough times, in the past couple of years, and it's not exactly an easy task that you've taken on, or an easy role. But we're all rooting for you, and everybody's behind you, and we're hoping that it all works out, as the fella says.
Absolutely, yeah.
Give us a little bit of a background, Alex, about yourself. For how did you get into motorcycling, or what's your background there?
About 19 something. There's a picture of myself, aged 4 years of age, sitting on one side of a bridge at Skerries with my mother and my aunt, and I think I was about 4 years of age. So that's where it all started to go wrong.
What is that? So 30 odd years ago, is it?
Oh, less, I'm sure. Much less.
About 21.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And from there, graduated through. My dad and my brother Greg were always really keen on bikes. And we ended up being involved with the organisation of the 4 road races, which, arguably is the greatest road track in the country. But I know there'll be different views about that. But my own personal involvement with the time, we had such a wonderful circuit. And sadly, it was a victim of its own success because it was actually attracting such huge crowds. And then we had little problems with some people who decided to sabotage the circuit on one occasion, or at least on one occasion.
Jesus.
So that was pretty awful. And so one Sunday morning we came out early to discover, or one Saturday morning I think it was, we came out to discover that there had been diesel oil and tax
Oh my God!
thrown all over the course.
Jesus.
Scandal.
That is
Scandal.
fucking scandal. That should be attempted
God.
murder. That's scandalous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scandalous.
Oh, fortunately, it was pretty obvious. Fortunately, it was discovered before anyone went out on a bike, but it was pretty horrendous in that sense. But we stayed with four. Four was tremendous. My dad was a scrutineer pretty much as well for as long as I can remember. And my brother Greg took part at four and Skerries and so on Yamaha TD2B, as I recall,
Okay.
which wasn't dreadfully reliable, because I'm sure anybody who raced those at the time will be aware that there were ignition problems and carburetor problems, endless, very temperamental machines. And that put me off getting involved in racing at all, looking at that poor man trying to cope with his Yamaha.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we went from Ford, then we got involved with the Leinster Motor Club, and I had a role there with the Leinster 200. They were coming up to celebrate their 50th anniversary of the Leinster 200, so we got involved with that. And we managed to attract, I suppose at its peak, we managed to attract the Motorcycle News Superstock Championship, as it was at the time, which is now the British Superbikes, in effect.
Yeah.
And the grid, just looking at some of the names, I mean, Jamie Witham was right there in the front of the grid, number 69. And he's still there, pretty much everywhere, at the front of everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, then I went and worked with Kawasaki distributors, Jerry Stevens and the late Eamon Waldron. So I was there for 10 years, and then somebody felt sorry for me, and I went into the car side, and they brought me into the car side, and I spent 30 years on the car side.
Okay.
And somewhere along the line, I also did clerk of the course for the Irish Experts Trial. So multifaceted, I'd say to you, Brendan. And I've ticked a few boxes, and I still haven't lost the bug.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, look, it's a good CV to have that now, to be fair, absolutely. That's a good one to have. So with the motorcycling, is it something you've been actively, did you ride yourself at the minute, or is it
only on the road, Brendan? I rode my famous Yamaha, which I've just mentioned, that my brother owned, around Mondello Park. Frankly, it didn't stop, and it went when you didn't want it to go. And it just had a power band that was so narrow that I just said, this is not for me. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
So had lots of fun on bikes on the road, and a little bit of off-road stuff too. Managed to knock myself out once coming across one of the famous bogs up in the Dublin featherbeds, but there we are. We all do that.
That's all part and parcel of it, unfortunately. Yeah, absolutely.
I get an old clatter here and there. Yeah. Sure, look at it. That's part of biking, and
that's part of the education.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So moving on then to the likes of the if you're moving on to say, let's say, we've Charlie's phone here, and I could tell him 1,000 times to put the phone on silent, but it might be.
I never did that myself. Actually, I must do.
Right.
I'm a busy man with the phone.
Oh my God, yeah. So come here, so moving on, I suppose, to current period of time and all that sort of stuff. What, how did you end up getting involved with, say, people within like motorcycling Ireland? Was it something like, as of late years, you've been involved with people, or did you just, how did that become about?
Yeah, I had a connection with the Leinster Motor Club, and I've been a member of Lochshinny for a relatively long number of years, because I was a great fan of Skerries. So I thought if I was a member of Lochshinny, I'd be supporting them ever so slightly anyway. But I didn't have any actual involvement in the running of anything. I was too busy in my own job at the time. So I went and I had this Leinster Motor Club involvement, and they approached me and they asked me, could I assist with insurance? Because a couple of years back, they were having problems getting insurance, and I had some contacts in the insurance business from my previous job in Motorsport Ireland.
Okay.
And we managed to get something to get them through, which was very expensive and didn't include the roads, which was very disappointing. I mean, heartbreaking for many. And but it only lasted a year, and that was really, the funding, we had a problem then. There was a I don't know what you would call it, but there was a fundraising effort put together, some sort of a draw, and I wasn't involved with that. I'm not sure of the detail of that, how it went, but it wasn't a success anyway, and there was no insurance money available then for the following year,
Okay.
which would have been, yeah, this year. And so the problem was then, where do we go from there? I stepped away again, and then to their great credit, I mean, some of the guys and girls come up with a contact in the insurance market who were prepared to write insurance for all of the types of events, which is wonderful.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's to their enormous credit that we're here today. And if you'll bear with me, I'll just name the 4 people, and I have to look at a piece of paper just to make sure I don't make a mistake, because it's very important. David McCann, Derek Keogh, Graham Sheehan, and Darrell Lowe. We're here today because those guys have managed to source insurance, for something which wasn't available when I was trying to get it.
Yes, yeah, I get you. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I suppose, like, as I mentioned previously, like we've had a couple of people on. We've had obviously David McCann on, and we had Paul and stuff on before the election was going on, and I suppose they all had their take on what was currently the issue at the minute, and as well as some plans for the future and kind of what needed to happen. And I suppose the one common trait was obviously to get events back going, get insurance, and hit the ground running. So I suppose on that, what's your plan? I suppose getting being made president of Motorcycle in Ireland. What is your plan as regards going forward with regards to insurance and running events? Have you got a bit of a strategy going forward, or is it kind of see how it goes?
Well, just go back a fraction, if I may, because part of the reason we're also here, and it's important for me, as somebody who's come into this role, that I also pay tribute to Sean Bissett, because I worked with Sean as, I was on the 4-wheel side, he was obviously motorcycling. And we had things in common in terms of dealing with councils and insurance and sports council and all the rest of it. So I'd also like to mention Sean, because he was tremendous,
Absolutely.
and he stuck with it. He stuck with it for so long. So I think I shouldn't let the moment pass without paying tribute to what Sean has done.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. Like, you have to realize that all these people down through and look, at everyone's not going to agree with everything all the time, and I'm sure there's always people going, I would have done this, that, but at the end of the day, no more than people like yourself and previous presidents, and it is a volunteering thing, and it is a lot of effort, a lot of time, and they're at the end of the day, they're not doing it for a paycheck, they're doing it for the love of the sport, so absolutely. Kudos to anybody that's willing to dedicate their time and everything to get it going.
So now that brings us almost to today, in the sense that we have an insurance policy available to us. The cost is €637,000, which is a chunk of cash.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely, big chunk of cash.
And but it includes everything. So this is our opportunity right now to get this show back on the road.
Yeah, agree.
Okay.
Agree, yeah.
We have a to coin a phrase, we have a window of opportunity, and we have to take it. And to that end, as recently as last night, I was discussing with some of the guys and girls, how are we going to finance this? And the reality is, we can say all sorts of things about how we might come up with fundraising, and we might come up with raffles and draws, and we might come up with sponsorship and grants and all of that. But the reality is, at this moment today, the only resource we have is the clubs and the competitors. Okay. And the clubs and the competitors, we have to ask, this is your sport. We need you to support it now. Not next week. Now, we need your support now. We've got to sign this deal with the insurers. We've got to be able to come up with this money. And we know we have a plan. and it'll involve lots of increases, and it'll involve lots of grief from people, undoubtedly. And I'm very happy to take that grief on my shoulders. I don't have the slightest problem with that. But I know that the one resource we have that we can rely on is the support of competitors and clubs.
Okay.
Now, I know some won't agree, and that's fine. That's absolutely understandable. But we have to move forward. We can't sit here on our hands and hope somebody's going to come along and save us. We need to do it ourselves.
Okay, so I suppose just on that, because I know this was something that was discussed even going back, to the earlier parts of this year. With the likes of that, how exactly are you talking about? Is it license holders' fees? Is that to increase the likes of that? Is it, or have you any kind of figures?
License holders and clubs, affiliation fees, permits, everything we can to generate money.
Okay.
We've got to generate by the 31st of December the best part of €300,000. That's our target.
Okay.
We will be announcing the details, the precise details, through our communications officer, Carl Brady, who has very kindly taken on that role. And Carl will do a tremendous job for us. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be in touch with Darrell O. Darrell's there, who looks after the licenses. And they'll be communicating with everybody about the exact detail. But I can give you lots of examples, and please,
Absolutely.
I'm open to any questions you want in terms of what it looks like.
I suppose, from us, we don't race, obviously, you know what I mean? So, if you could give us an example, what's a typical license fee? What does say somebody typically would usually have paid for a license fee versus what they're going to pay now with the increase?
I don't know actually what they used to pay because I haven't been there. So I don't know that number. But the target now is €350 for a license for the major license, for the adult licenses.
Okay.
This will be primarily tarmac and off-road licenses, motocross and such like. And that then will go on to, we have to go then down to the permit fees that clubs have to pay. And again, those numbers are quite significant. For example, a road race permit fee will be €34,000.
Okay.
Montello Park event, for example, as I look down through the list here, Montello Park event, the permit fee for that will be €8,000.
Okay, yeah.
So all of those have been done out on a spreadsheet, and at the end of the year, hopefully, that will bring us in €639,287.
Okay.
Which just about covers our full premium. Because if we can't do this for 2 years, Brendan, we shouldn't start now.
Okay, so that was the next question I had. So obviously, just going by what you were saying there, correct me if I'm wrong on this, that there's approximately maybe 300,000 there as is fundraised at the minute?
There is, in the current account, there is just in excess of 300,000.
Okay.
But that has to be, we need that as a reserve. We can't exhaust our reserves because otherwise we'll end up trading fraudulently. We won't have the money to cover what's coming down the line. So we need to raise another 300,000 by Christmas.
So then, I suppose, just on that, the question I suppose I would put to you is, if you're successful, and I absolutely hope that you are in raising that extra 300,000 between now and Christmas, and if you're using the available funds, does that mean then people can expect another increase next year to get the full amount?
My sense is, and it's kind of shooting ourselves in the foot, saying what we expect in the future from a commercial point of view, because it's very difficult for us to negotiate something if the person on the other end of the negotiation knows what cards we're holding in our hand.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
So will you forgive me if I don't answer that question directly?
I will, absolutely. Yeah.
Obviously, we would be hoping that we would have a reduction in premium, that there might be some other underwriter interested for 2027.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's not negotiate now.
Yeah, I get you. I suppose like that was kind of one thing, you know, that well, you know, we obviously get hundreds. We do genuinely get hundreds of messages through our various social medias on the back of the podcast from people, you know, wanting to know, you know, different things and it was kind of one common trait was a question that was asked over and over again was, well, whatever about, you know, 2026, and don't get me wrong, great to have it, fantastic to have it, but is there a long-term thing? Have we got anything arranged at the minute? And now, Alex, you have to, I understand you're only have to coming into this role, and I don't mean to be trying to put you on the slot, but, you know.
Feel free, go ahead.
Yeah, no.
I'll just say I don't know.
No, I get you 100%. Like, I give an example. There's a guy that I would do a bit of work with there, a really good guy, would have done a lot of short circuit racing. And was fairly successful at it too. And I won't name him, but he was fairly successful at it too. And I know for instance, he's shelled out probably the best part of between everything, all things considered, maybe 50,000 for a bike, you know, and all the gear and stuff. And I suppose, you know, his thing is like, you know, well, I'll get 2 or 3 years out of this, you know, which is like it's a huge investment. And you could kind of, you know, you could definitely sympathize with, like, and again, he's only one of many that is kind of going, well, you know, am I going to invest in it? Right, I'll get 12 months out of it, but you know what's to say we won't get anything after that? And then of course, with especially track bikes and race bikes as such, if there's no racing on or there's no guarantee of it, trying to offload them is you know very, very hard. So it's an extra, I suppose, you know, step in the or an extra, you know, issue there, I suppose. So
because no normal lad can come up with 30 grand to buy a second-hand bike off.
No,
you know what I mean?
Especially if he's not going to use it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the way they're looking at it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But the future is in our hands. Okay, people will say, and I'll deal with it now. People say 350 euros for a license. Are you crazy? Who is this person? He should be locked up.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is, you know, it is a lot of money to some people. But other people will spend 350 euros on a set of tires for one weekend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we need to keep this in perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for those who are really, you know, struggling, we're going to try and put in place an easy payment plan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that maybe they can spread that over a longer period.
Yeah.
But I would say to you, 350 euros for a full year's competition or potential competition. I think that's not unreasonable.
No,
for the vast majority.
No, I you know something, and I probably won't, you know, gain any respect or compliments for saying this. I genuinely don't believe that's unreasonable, because I give an example. Like, you go over to Mondello and you do 2 track days in it. 2 track days. That is, James, you've done them. That's 320, 30 quid just for 2 track days. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
About 160 quid, like, you know, per track day. So 350 quid for the year is certainly not unreasonable. But I suppose the fear is if it goes to 620 euros next year, that might be where people are kind of going, now it's, you know, now it's getting up there. So I suppose, look, if we can get this year going and get it up and running, that'll be great. As I say, you know, 350 euro is not the end of the world. But I don't know if you listened back to the podcast we did with Dave McCann. It's something we brought up in a conversation to him, something we just kind of proposed, something that we'd been talking about. And again, we got a massive reaction on all our socials, and especially through Messenger and stuff, from people that genuinely thought, you know, that's a no-brainer. And the idea was, I say, I don't know if you listened to it, was that if we could open up motorcycle in Ireland to the general public, to the lads that's not racing, the lads that's not paying a fee, and do something so simple as 15 euros a year as a membership. You're a member of Motorcycle in Ireland and you get a sticker that you put in your car or whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's insignificant what you get. But, you know, you are a part of it. I can give example of 3 or 4 organisations that are very similar to that, you know, you're a member of something, and, you know, what do you actually get in return? Well, you get fucking 12 months of getting to go and watch road racing, and you get to go and watch enduros and track racing, you know. And I think if you look at the number of registered motorcycles in Ireland, and you were to kind of, if you average it out, even 50% of that was to pay a 10 euros annual subscription, if you like, to Motorcycle Ireland. If you do the maths on it, doesn't be long about adding up, you know. I think there's huge potential there, you know.
As you know yourself, like, over the years, the amount of people that go to watch bike racing and enjoy it they'd have no problem of paying €15 a year prescription, like to save the sport, keep the sport going.
Yeah.
But that's what it's about. Everybody's on board.
Yeah.
Is that Cha? Is it? Because I can't see him.
That's the cha, yeah.
Can't see him. Why can't I see you, Cha? You're hiding.
I let you see me now.
The camera's not big enough. There he is there. Sorry to disappoint.
Good man. Good man.
But at the moment, you see, look, the amount of messages we do getting all about the sport, we want to keep the sport going. And the way it is, I can't see anybody objecting to paying €10 or €15 a year into and getting a little old sticker there.
Especially like when you consider that the vast majority, if not all of like the road races, just to give an example, are free entry. Anyway.
Yeah, because the amount of supporters that go, and I've over the years, me, James, the boys, we've all went to them all over the years. Skerry's 4, Jesus, I used to love 4, and then they brought it to Wallerstown. But
Wasn't the same.
but all the years we went, the amount of families that went for the day out. Was
fantastic. Is that something? Is that something that you think would be maybe an option, something that's worth looking at even?
Yeah, and I have had this information passed to me, and I've understood it, and I think there is merit in it, and I think I have somebody who will sponsor a little lapel badge, which might read, "I support motorcycle sport."
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a car sticker.
So I think I might have somebody lined up to do that. But again, not an excuse. But 11 days into the job,
absolutely,
I have a number of balls in the air. So it might take me a little while to get this off the ground.
Absolutely.
But I have investigated it. I have spoken to one of our people on the board, and I think he has agreed. But I didn't write it down. I think he has agreed to take the project on. And I'll be asking him again at our next meeting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So give me a little time. Give me a little time, guys, and I'm very happy to come back to you and report back to you in a little while. And I mean a little while. I don't mean years. I mean a little while.
Yeah, I understand that. No, look, I think it's even just to hear that it is something that's been taught.
It's a very good idea, and it is an untapped resource that we'd very much like to take your suggestion and see if we can tap into it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like all the listeners out there at the moment now will be listening to this podcast and they'll be going, Jesus, that'd be sound.
Yeah, exactly. Like we
keep this all going and running.
We get on average about, the give or take, it depends. And we on average get our statistics. We on average have about 20,000 people a week listening into the podcast. And if you think of
you're scaring me again, Brendan.
No, you can't say that. Exactly. If they're listening in to us, trust me, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. But no, look, I think it's definitely think there's huge potential there. And I think, as we've always said in the podcast, the bikers are the first to put their hand into their pocket, and especially if it's going to ensure the successful continuation of a heritage. Road racing, be it enduro, motocross, because we all have kids. We all would like to support them and at least have options open to them if they do, of course, so choose to go down into one of those disciplines. So there's
a difficult side to what we do, apart from the finances, and that side. The reason we're in the situation we're in is because we have insurance claims.
Yeah.
Now, the difficult task we have to do is, above everything else, is to avoid insurance claims. And that means that what we've signed up to, we have to deliver. And here I'm speaking directly to organisers of events, organisers of practice days, or anything to do with competitive motorcycling, that we have to deliver on what we promise, okay? Because we can't have claims coming through.
No.
In the sense that will be guaranteed to make sure the insurance goes even higher, if it's available at all.
I know.
So when somebody says to you, or to any of the 20,000 listeners or viewers you have, please don't stand there please don't stand there. Okay.
Mhm.
That is so important.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everybody thinks, well, we know it. We've been going here years and years and years. But also we all know that when something goes out of control,
Mhm.
it's described as being out of control for a reason. It's
Yeah.
because it's out of control
Mhm.
and it can hit anybody anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely, yeah.
if you have an opportunity, somebody standing in a stupid place to say to them that maybe they would consider their position as well, that would be really appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's-
but the
it-
fans should police it themselves as well.
Yeah.
You know, if they
Yeah.
see another
Yeah.
person standing and they're not paying attention to the marshals or whatever, you know.
Yeah, jump
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be straight.
You know,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. 100%.
And
put
also,
them at total
please,
risk, you know.
Mm.
also please bear in mind that when I say this, I'm not just talking about spectators, I'm talking about everybody connected with and the organization of an event. Because if a bike is out of control, it doesn't care whether you're a photographer, a marshal, a bystander, or it doesn't matter. Okay. If
Yep.
the bike is out of control and you've put yourself in a vulnerable position,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
I'd be
Yep.
particularly conscious here about photographers,
Mhm.
okay, who have a job to do.
Yeah.
But we must be mindful of the risk to the sport.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? That's
Yeah, for sure.
a
Yeah,
serious,
yeah.
Just to
serious
bring it
message.
into perspective, then into a more like with photographers and all, you have to just explain to them. Listen, you have to be in a more safer place than where you do be. Like I know they do lay at the side of the bank there and all, trying to get the good photographs, and all, but sure they could also do that the other side of the bank because they've all these new technology, correct? You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, but I understand it is obviously if you've got a circle that's X amount of miles long, you can put, you can give it that an area that's your area. If you so choose,
Yeah.
you can't nail them to the floor. Do you know what I mean? So again, it is, it's up to everybody to play their part. I think it's fair to say that, Alex. We need everybody to play their part in this to keep it safe as possible. And everybody can do their bit to ensure that we'll have races in 26, 27 and 28, and that's I think if they all work together.
You look at O'Brien as well, like, I mean, as the man says, we've all been there at the racing. 99% of people behave and they do the right thing.
Yeah.
You'll always get the 1%.
That's it, Jan. It's the 1% that makes the
1% that makes it.
the loudest noise.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%, yeah. Yeah.
So, you know.
And yeah, absolutely. And just on the events, Alex, what have we anything now? And again, I know you're only new into this, but have you any idea on kind of what's on the cards? Like you're saying you have insurance for, I suppose, all aspects of it.
Yes.
Is that limited to a certain number of events, be it road racing, motocross, enduros, or?
Yeah, well, as I understand it, we can run unlimited practice days which is great for motocross. Now, when I say unlimited, it's limited by the fact that they need to get a permit from Motorcycling Ireland,
Mm-hmm.
and that would have certain conditions.
Yes.
Primarily around safety.
Mm-hmm.
But for example, road racing, which is the hot topic, we think we have 3 anyway, and if there are more, there's an additional cost involved in doing
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So the option, I think, is there. And when I say I think, it's only because I haven't got a piece of paper saying that.
Yes.
But I honestly believe that there is an option there for more than 3
Okay.
road races. So, but there is an additional cost involved.
Okay.
I think Mondello Park, short circuit, I think we have 5 listed for there.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So between 5 Mondellos and 3 road races, that would give us a good number of events to get our teeth into.
It'd give us a whole lot of stuff to look forward to, Alex.
Yes.
That's what it would do. It would give us
Absolutely. Like, I mean, because like at the end of the day, we've the enduro, we've the
motocross, short circuit,
and
be fantastic.
Like the main, going through all the podcasts we had with people on all, the main thing we were all needing to get back is the road racing. Ireland was always known for our road racing. And yeah, 3 would be brilliant. If we were 4, it'd be even better. But we'd settle for the 3. At least it's still here.
Yeah.
Gets the
Because
ball rolling.
Gets the ball rolling, yeah. I see on social media and stuff, I know there's a lot of clubs having meetings now in the next coming days. So I presume
Yes.
and I hope that's going to be the big topic of conversation is to, can they make it work and secure the funding and all that stuff. But look at, I suppose, again, I know you're only 11 days there, but it's been good. It's been good work for the past 11 days, Alex. I have to give it to you that way. So we've got.
Well, I have nothing to show for it other than a lot of very willing people who are behind us. And, when we look at the volunteers involved in Motorcycling Ireland at the top table, I don't know why they do it, Brendan. I mean, just the hours they put in.
Yeah.
And I know it's being said all the time, but, we can't lose sight of it, because if these people are not prepared to put their hand up and say, I'll do this, I'll take that on, we can't do it. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's where we're at. And the same thing goes for clubs. Clubs are in exactly the same boat. No events will happen without those people, those same people often putting their hand up and taking the responsibility on.
Yeah, absolutely. Only for them, yeah, absolutely. As I say, it's very, very easy to criticise, that people will always be the first to criticise. But you turn around and say to yourself, well, if you've got, like, as I'm sure some of the people are, family people and have obviously jobs and the whole lot and have their own life to live and obviously want to dedicate a huge portion of their week and their time to motorcycling, it has to be commended, and we do commend it. And it's definitely I speak for all of us here when we do appreciate the work and the effort that is going into it. And I know it's
absolutely. Like, I mean, we see it here. We do a podcast, and the amount of work that has to go into it there for
Hear this, that the amount of what they do is just sit there and drink cans of Coke Zero for an hour. Oh my God!
Is it true you have studios?
we have a studio here, yeah.
That's very impressive.
We have.
That's very impressive. Is it? What is it?
Our studio here, it's a bit unique now. It's about what is this? About 80 foot long?
No, it's what, nearly 50 foot long and 30 foot wide.
30 foot wide. So yeah, you'll have to call in sometime. You'll be more than welcome.
Well, as I say, tomorrow night I'm on the road. Last night I was on the road. So tonight I had to bail out and say I'll take it on Zoom.
Yeah, no, look, absolutely. That's fair enough. Just one question for you with the Mondello. So what exactly way does it work? Like when you can insure insurance for the likes of say 5 events, which will be obviously the season, I presume that's the way it'll work.
Yes.
When it comes to sponsorship, is there a club that run that short circuit, or what exactly way does that work?
Well, there's a Mondello Park Sports Club.
Okay.
That run those events.
Okay. So it's those that would be looking for obviously.
So it's pretty much internal.
Oh, okay, I get you.
Internal to Mondello Park, but they have to keep it separate through a club because we can't have professional organisers as such directly involved with the sport because we're a volunteer organisation.
I get you.
And so Mondello Park have formed their own club and, full marks to them, and they keep it separate that way.
Oh, okay, very good, very good. So I'm sure the likes of those, they I know they appreciate some good sponsors to help run the events and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I'm sure if there's anybody out there listening, they could jump on and give a bit of a dig out and get us back racing. It'd be great,
Well, look, it's in our own hands, Brendan. I can't say it enough. Okay, then the cost of getting this off the ground, I understand how expensive it is. I absolutely understand. But it's in our own hands. Do we want to do this or do we not want to do it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Look, I think it would be great. I think there's definitely food for thought there as regards, with some of the fundraising ideas, be it a membership fee or whatever. I think there's definitely an opportunity there. And I suppose if it got to the stage, I'm sure if we could get it to a stage where kind of you were a lot more confident to be able to secure funding for ongoing insurance, then maybe, there could be more time put into other aspects of Motorcycling Ireland, whether it's.
But that brings me back to the financial planning bit.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. The financial plan has one line on it, and that's to get through the next 2 years.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And let's get the next 2 years, get the sport stabilized. Let's get ourselves back to just enjoying the events without worrying like mad where's the next Euro coming from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's going to be tough. Okay, so we need
Yeah.
to knuckle down and get this done and get the show back on the road, because we need to build credibility within the insurance market, if nothing else.
Absolutely.
At
Yeah.
the moment, we don't have a record. We don't have a record that stands up to scrutiny.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So
yeah.
we need to get a couple of years, good racing, good competition under our belt, and we'll have a better product then to present to the insurance market, which hopefully will result in better financial situation for the whole sport.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here. That, yeah, I totally agree.
Under the belt there, and
Yeah.
please God, God looking down at the whole lot, no claims going in, and then the insurance had probably dropped down a small bit there for the prior years coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just one other thing. We had a guy on last week, Stuart Edmonds. I know I'm not sure if you're familiar with Stuart. Stuart to be a
I'm afraid
motocross
not.
rider. He'd be
Okay.
he was probably one of the arguably one of the more successful motocross riders. But he just talked about on the podcast a project he was involved with a youth group down in, I think it was Ross down in Limerick, and where it was basically like a community group had gotten together, and in an effort to try and get youngsters off roads, as regards bringing their dirt bikes on the roads and stuff like that. They got a group together, and they actually brought them were able to bring them to a motocross track and teach them and show them the correct ways and about the right gear and opening up the facility. So what I'm trying to say is, maybe when things calm down a little bit and you get a bit of breathing space, maybe there's an opportunity there, to maybe go down that avenue as well and get some help on promotion, because as we said again on this sport, the key essence of all aspects of motorsport, and motorcycling is no different, is the youth. It's the next generation. And we've probably lost a generation at this stage because obviously we haven't had any racing. So like a lot of lads that do love racing, but if you haven't got it for 2 years, you do tend to move on. That's just the way it is. So maybe there's I'm sure there's lots of things, a motorcycle learning company definitely looking into, and I'm sure you would rather be spending your time doing stuff maybe associated with that than trying to organise and get insurance companies on side.
Well, Brendan, I'm happy to report, although I won't go into too much detail, but one of our board members is investigating that particular project as a priority.
Oh, very good.
So,
very good.
Good, very good.
Training centre, an off-road training centre, and that is his sole focus.
Excellent.
So he's already put a lot of time into it, and I'm just fingers crossed that he makes progress.
Absolutely. Well, look, that's great. That's great to hear. Yeah.
Keep the young fellas off the road.
Yeah, and
But that's it. That's it, Chad.
Yeah.
And do it. There'd be no people going, oh, look at that black guy going up and down the road and his bike.
Yeah.
He'll have a place to go, so he won't bother on the road.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure, yeah. No, and I say that's where it starts. That's where it starts,
Yeah.
It's on our to-do list, Chad, I can promise you.
Yeah, no, look, absolutely. Well, that's super stuff. That's great stuff. Well, Alex, I'm not going to hold you up anymore because I know you are a busy man. I think we got a lot of the questions answered there. There was another thing just actually I wanted to mention. Obviously, government funding was something that we discussed before, and we discussed it with Dave McCann before he left. And, we've obviously heard it, that there is obviously government funding available. Now, I know we're getting into the end of the year now where maybe it's not going to be accessible at this stage of the year. Have you heard any update on that? Or what?
Well, that's an interesting one now, guys, because I have heard this mentioned quite a lot, government funding, and I can't for the life of me identify where that source is.
Okay.
I can't. I mean, we get some funding from the Sports Council.
Yes.
Not enough, but we get some funding. But I don't know where this other source of potential funding is likely to be. And I would say to whoever has identified this source, would they kindly drop me a line at alex@motorcyclingireland.ie and tell me where is it? We need it. We need it badly.
Absolutely.
And if you know if that person or persons are out there and they know where this source of funding is, don't keep it to yourself, lads. Let us know. Give it to us. We need. It's not coming to anybody in particular. It's going to the sport. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
don't keep it a secret.
No, for sure. Yeah. Well, look, if we find out or can get some leads, we'll absolutely
Pass them on to you.
pass them on without a doubt. Yeah.
Because, like,
For sure.
only a couple of weeks ago, there we seen that there, like, the Ulster Grand Prix has been gone a couple of years, and
It's back up and
it's
running
back
now
up
for
running
27. Yeah.
because they got in contact with their government up there.
Stormont have decided, to throw a couple of bob their way, which is great to see it too. Like, you know, and
Absolutely.
and in
Absolutely.
fairness, like, they see the benefit of it. They see it obviously as a massive potential revenue earner because, it's going to bring attractions, it's going to bring people to those parts of Northern Ireland. So, it's a double whammy. Like, it's
But I think
Absolutely.
what you were saying that time was, get your local TD, email your local TD, go to his constituency office, whatever it takes, and, basically bombard them with emails and communications and all phone calls and whatever, and get them off their ass and, say, we need funding for the road racing in our local community. It's a major boost to the economy of the local community. And, and that way, like, you can get maybe some, you can put it to them, to the sports council or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Like, James, with the Irish road racing, right? The amount of people from England, all the other countries that come over here,
Yeah.
and they're spending money in this country.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, it's a no-brainer.
Like a small community, like normally road racing's out in, away from towns and villages and stuff like that. And it's-
Yeah.
So the local community, like in the pubs, the shops, the restaurants, whatever it is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And that's-
money in
But it's,
them.
I wouldn't say they're cleaning up, but it's a major boost to them.
But I'm saying, like,
I think it's one of those things. I think a lot of it is, and genuinely do believe this. Like, obviously, we've grown up in a country that has been predominantly, since we were young lads, it was GA and it was hurling and it was,
rugby and
different
balls.
stuff like
Soccer,
that.
Yeah.
And I probably genuinely think this, and I won't often give politicians the benefit of the doubt, but in this instance, to be perfectly honest, there's probably a lot of them out there that are actually completely unaware.
Yeah.
Of some of the tradition and the rich tradition that there has been in Ireland as regards motorcycling, and it literally just could be down to that. I'm not saying if you contact your local TD, they're going to contact yourself in the morning and say, "Oh, sure, we didn't know you existed. We're going to throw money hand over fist."
They need to be made aware.
Yeah, exactly. But if they weren't made aware,
wherever, the road racing is traditionally held, like, whether it be Walterstown, whether it be Skerryton.
The solicitors, barristers, doctors, the whole lot are bikers,
Oh, yeah.
right? They're all in it, lads.
Yeah.
Right? It's just a matter for us as a biking community that wants to get it out there to save our sport. Is you have to hit running. Simple as you have to get up there and go, boom, here, TD, come here for a minute.
That's the thing people forget. They're actually there to work for us, for the community. For the citizens of Ireland. So.
I shouldn't have brought up the whole. I shouldn't have brought up the whole political end of things at all. I knew it was going to take a turn there. But yeah.
Brendan, listen, it's
They're there to be like they're there for use.
Yeah.
They're there to represent the people who elected them, and if they have the ability to assist with a local club running a road race, which we all know is a very fragile little flower at the moment, that easily be demolished. We need to be very, very careful and so perfect with everything we do around that sort of event that we can get this and get the support from local people on the road. This is fantastic. These events are amazing.
Yeah. I totally agree. Look, there's plenty of things that I suppose can happen and hopefully will happen, and we're on the right road anyway. I think it's great to actually finally say that there is an insurance policy there, and I think it's safe to say we can all look forward to getting back to some events in 2026.
Absolutely, 100%.
Absolutely.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
Light at the end of the tunnel, yeah. Alex, would you keep us updated? Feel free to reach out to us there anytime. As I say, we're delighted to have you on. More than happy to have anybody from Motorcycling Ireland on. As well as that, if you need any help in the future as regards if it's promoting something or whatever it may be, you have my number and you have our email address here at the podcast. So
you're very kind and you're very supportive of everything we do. And it's really the way of getting information out just has changed so much. And to have your resource out there, it's a tremendous boost to what we do.
No, I appreciate that. Well, look at go and get some rest. I'd say you probably need some rest after past 11.
Look, as Brendan just said there before we go, as Brendan just said there, Alex, you just contact Brendan there. You have his number.
Yeah.
When you get a bit further on and updates and all, feel free to contact us and we'll have us come back again.
Well, vice versa. Don't forget to invite me back.
We'll have you back anytime, I can assure you that.
All right.
Good or bad.
All right. Good,
Alex,
man.
Thanks very much
guys.
for coming on again. All the
Pleasure.
best for the future.
Good
Okay.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much.
Cheers, Alex.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye. And that was the one and only Alex Sinclair. That was an interesting chat, lads. I think you all agree.
Yeah.
Look, I say, hopefully we got, because I know, again, we're just kind of on the outside looking in. We obviously want more than anyone in the sport to return and to be able to go back, looking at road racing and going to Mondello and stuff. But then it's the other side of it, the lads that actually want to go race, that have bikes or have invested a lot. So hopefully there's a little bit of reassurance there that people will get back out on their bikes next year for all racing, as I say, roads or short circuit or enduros or whatever the case may be. As I said, the man is only after getting in. He's only a couple of days in the job. There's a long way to go yet. Hopefully it'll all work out. Hopefully, he has a. There's a. We
Look, it was
obviously
positive. What was
it was positive for sure. Yeah,
and that's his intention. To get bikes on the road.
Yeah,
or in the motocross tracks or on the tracks, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
and it's going to be as I say, financially, it's going to be,
tough enough to get there.
Tough enough, on people, that's actually doing the racing and stuff like that. But but as we said to him, and he kind of tended to agree with, there is potential there, to get the public involved in it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the
sure,
fans of road racing and motocross and everything. Yeah,
I agree.
The amount of people that goes to the racing, there's thousands that go to the racing.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're ride bikes. Yeah,
exactly, and they're genuine die here. So they'd be the first to throw a tenner to it, and then, as you said rightly after we were talking there just off air, that the amount of people that throw a few bob that have no interest in road racing, you know what I mean, or any racing, they'd probably still throw the tenner.
The amount
or
of people
quid.
that go that have no bikes, but they go for the sport because they love watching.
Yeah.
They love, and they get to following, like certain riders create a following.
Yeah.
To them,
Yeah, exactly.
And people have
they might have bikes or but they'll still go. It's like you do always go to the women's beach volley competitions, but you don't actually play
the beach volleyball.
I do train them. I do train them. I say, now jump a bit higher, jump a bit higher.
Time to hit the showers.
Hit that ball.
And moving swiftly on before somebody gets arrested. And else going wild, boys. We obviously the NEC bike show is in full flight. We're nearly a week in now at this stage. We obviously decided we're not heading over. We're going to go to Terrance Healeys on Saturday, and we're going to be leaving Kinnegad Plaza. I think we'll aim to leave around maybe 1 o'clock, Chat.
1 o'clock will be give everyone a chance to get, especially people that's working all the week and up early,
Anybody that wants to tag along and come for the spin, as the fella says, you're absolutely more than welcome to meet us at Kinnegad Plaza. We'll be pulling out at 1 o'clock, so get there a bit earlier, and we can have a coffee and an old sticky bun or something and a bit of a chin wag.
Absolutely. Provided there's not torrential rain.
Yeah,
if
you might even get a picture of the Cha. With the Cha even.
Absolutely.
He'll bring the step ladder just to be in the step. You never know.
They're giving a weather warning from tonight or something for snow and ice and everything.
Is it?
Well, up north anyway.
Up north, yeah.
And down as far as Cavan and stuff.
Down in Cavan, hey. So hard to know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be for the next few days. Next 4 days or something.
Yeah, we'll just have to play up here. We'll just have to play up here.
But the last few days now has after been okay after the bit of frost.
Been very fresh.
Yeah, for sure.
And 9 times out of 10, normally after frost, you get a good old day.
Yeah.
A good, solid, hard. Yeah, absolutely.
And better than that rain.
I was on the N7 heading towards Kildare today. I was going over to my mother, but there was an accident on the N4, or N7, sorry, in the right-hand lane.
Not the 10-car pile-up.
It wasn't a 10-car pile-up. There was 2 cars involved in it. Now, this was today. I don't know. When was the 10-car pile-up?
Oh, I don't know. It came up on the phone on that alert, Joe.
No, because we had to fairly brake sharpish, to stop. There was a unmarked car there, guarded car there at the rear of the accident, and there was two cars involved in the accident at that stage.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of traffic on the road, and that was around 3 o'clockish or something like that.
This morning?
No, this afternoon.
Okay.
But
holy shit.
Yeah, but there was a really bright sun, low kind of sun, and I'd say that probably the guy that was at the front of the accident was probably going, I don't know, I didn't see it happening or anything like that, but you know the way people are in their overtaking lane and they're not actually overtaken.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the guy that was in the overtaking and was overtaken, and he didn't see him with the low sun, and bang. And at the back of him. But then,
people need to learn how to drive. And on that, people need to learn how to negotiate roundabouts. Because I'm missing the front half of my Ford Transit Custom van as of today, because someone delightfully took half it off because didn't know how to use a roundabout.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a whole other fucking story. But it is. Look, you have to be so careful this time of year. But the sun's interesting to say that.
Yeah.
That can catch you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When that's right in front of you. It is hard going.
Because it's a low sun, and even though I'm small, it still cuts it 2 foot miles out.
He got one of them special sun visors. It's 4 foot long. It's on
all the way down to the dash.
I see his chest, 2 little light balls sticking out. Holy Jesus Christ. Come here, getting back to the NEC bike show.
It is. It's very hazardous, when you have sun in your eyes like that and you can't see.
Did you hear, Brendan? All you see is Chaz 2 little eyes. All he ever sees is my number plate because he's always
Give me a break.
Who's your daddy and why am I?
You can say whatever you want to, my good brother. Because as the fella says, people in glass houses don't throw stones. Come here, getting back to the NEC bike show. Did any of you have a look at you see any of the old videos or anything?
No, not word about it, because as I say, we came to the conclusion there.
No, 100%. We're going to Terrance's.
Give Terrance
But I'll tell you, there is some beautiful bikes at. One in particular, did you see Honda's new CB1000? CB1000F, I think it is. It's like, it looks almost like the XGR, GSX 1400. Like, do you see them yet? No, they're coming out next year. Like a muscle bike.
Right.
Gorgeous.
All right.
Gorgeous. The Honda CB1000 GT, I think. Seen that. Somebody had a video up of that. That's a fucking other smashing bike. Ducati's Hyper Motard, is it? It's like a supermoto on steroids. Oh my God, man. It is one cool looking fucking bike. Yeah. And there's a load of, like, when it comes to adventure tours and stuff, there seems to be a load of them coming out now with kind of lower priced, lower size bikes. Kawasaki's new KLF 450 or something. BMW's new F450. So it's like the GS, but it's a smaller version of 450. Again, for price very reasonable. But there's some serious bikes coming out. The new Gixxer 1000.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, look at the stat. Like, they're not ballistics on power in comparison to what's out there now. Now, there's still loads of power in them.
Yeah.
But they're not, up with some of the other manufacturers, but still a fucking... And their stand they had from the old, what did you used to call them? The old GSX 1100 or something? The one with the twin headlights. What was that one?
The GSX-R?
The Slingshot.
Slingshot, was it?
Or the Slabby. The first one that came out.
Well, there was the Slabby side or there was a Slingshot.
The Slabby was the first one that came out.
Yeah.
Or the twin headlight?
Yeah.
Okay, so it could have been that one.
And there's no bottom fairings on it.
Yeah.
She's sort of a street fighty look.
No, there's bottom fairings on it, I reckon.
No, it's full fairing on it, yeah.
Because on the stand they had that, the K2, the K5, the K8, the whole way up to the 40. Yeah, the stand itself was just fucking... Obviously, I didn't see it, I've just seen videos of it.
A history of Gixxer, yeah?
A history of Gixxer, man. Yeah, no, it was cool.
The Slavy sides and the Slingshots and all were in there. I seen that.
Did you see that one? Yeah,
absolutely savage.
Yeah, no, it was cool now.
But look, the way it is out there is everything's gone fucking way out of proportion. The price of fucking bikes and everything, right? Mm-hmm. I mean... them manufacturers or whoever the fuck they are, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Honda, Yamaha, the whole lot of them, they want to just come back down to reality here.
No, but the Jap bikes now, in fairness.
The Jap bikes are not too bad, like.
Compared to the European bikes.
But your Jesus,
like Ducatis and Beamers and all that, they're
mental money.
Yeah, but they're stupid money. And I wouldn't pay... I tell you so, them Ducatis and all them...
Suzuki's now usually, Suzuki and Yamaha are pretty...
There goes the chance. There goes the chance of a Ducati sponsorship anyway. I think we can X that one off the list anyway.
Well, fair.
Get your whiteboard marker.
Value for money and all that.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to buy a Ducati, You know what I mean? You know, and you can afford to buy one, then go for it.
Well, like I'd be, personally myself, I'd be Suzuki, Honda and Kawasaki.
Yeah.
That's what Yamaha, yeah, they're a good bike, but never took me.
I'd be any of them. To be honest with you,
Would ya?
there's no one in particular that I'd like, but there's not one manufacturer out there that doesn't make a bike of some description that I would gladly.
Brendan's looking for sponsorship.
No, I'm not. But I'm just saying, like Anton from Triumph. I'm not saying because I had one.
Oh, here we go.
Disclaimer: Ross McQuaid is the new owner of the Triumph.
Oh, right.
Yeah, absolutely. Good on Ross.
Oh, really?
Another hand me down.
I tell you one thing, lads. Before we go to Terrance Healeys next Saturday, we're going to the chapel. We're going to say a few hour prayers for Ross. All right? That nothing will fall off this show. Yes.
So long as he doesn't fall off it, I don't give a shit about anything else. But look, as I said, Triumph make bikes that I think that are class. Ducati do, Suzuki, Yamaha. I do like Yamahas, not because I've owned them in the past, but I do like Yamahas. Harley Davidson makes some lovely bikes as well.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
they do. They make a couple of nice bikes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Would you agree? Is there any one particular manufacturer that you go, boom, I don't like?
Well,
any
if
of
you
their bikes?
buy a new Harley now, lads, from the dealer and all, they actually give you a 12-month voucher for your local dentist.
Oh, yeah, just gonna scratch. There's Harley Davidson's off the list there now, straight away as well.
Say that again.
Oh my God!
Basically, there's loads of manufacturers out there, and they all do different types of bikes to suit every different type of rider. So I'm not going to knock any of them. Yeah,
No.
whatever you're into.
Yeah.
You're into. That's it.
I'm not knocking them. I'm just having the crack.
I seen. Did you
So
see
if any Harley
Norton
out there,
stand? You didn't see
give us
Norton
one.
stand.
No.
I'll see if I
thought
get the video.
Norton
I'll
was
send
gone.
it. Man, you want to see the bikes these bikes are bringing out? Norton.
Yeah.
Norton.
Did someone
Oh,
take them over? I thought
I think they did. Yeah, someone did take them over. Oh my jeez, you want to see the new? I don't know the
but the
model
Norton,
of
the
it.
Norton Commandos never brought out there a few years ago and all that.
Yeah.
Jeez, they were beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, gorgeous! But no, these new Nortons now. This new Norton, what I'm talking about, is like a Desmodici Ducati. Like it's kind of that. Look, it's that
Was
style.
it a V4?
I don't know that, but if you look at the style of it, it is absolutely fucking class. There's a couple of cool ones at CF Moto, man. They put up there. They've got one I think with a V2 or a V4 in it. They're running on one of their V4 and a CF
like a
Moto
GP bike.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
And how do you
savage.
spell it? Norten, is it?
Yeah.
Norton, yeah.
Hold on a second.
Round for it.
Hey!
He was able to spell
I'll do it
something
again now,
more
will
than
ya?
3 letters. What the key?
And you did need the you're at to do.
No, savage looking bikes,
looked him up.
class looking bikes, yeah. But sure, look at as the fella says, we're obviously not going to go to this year, but there was some interesting, some nice bikes at it and the whole job lot.
Yeah, but tell the listeners why we decided not to go to it. Or do you think that's a good idea?
No, we already told them. We told them last week because
you
we're
know,
going to, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because we want to support a local man that's always supported us from day one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the way we're going to do that. I want to give another shout out as well. I was just watching a bit of the MotoGP at the weekend. Another young lad that's just absolutely playing a blinder. A man that's actually from Port originally is Casey O'Gorman. Have you heard of Casey O'Gorman?
Yeah.
Racing Moto3 at the minute. Just doing phenomenally well. So just reading up a little bit about him. He's, from a young age, he's been, motorbikes obsessed and orientated, and he's just taken the world by storm. And even listening to some of the Sky commentators talking about it and stuff, and while he didn't have the greatest of weekend, but he was the topic of conversation for a lot of it. So they're expecting big things out of him. So, jeez, I have to get behind
It
him.
was his first season in the Moto3, was it?
As far as, it was, his first season. But he's doing genuinely well. Like, he's
Look,
flying
he's
it.
out there, man. You know what I mean? Flying the flag.
That's,
Fair play.
that's what I was just saying. Like, when you look at the lineup, and there's just something about when you see a name and you see that tricolour beside it.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? You just
Yeah,
think that's fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Speaking about tricolours and Ireland, fair play to the Irish soccer team there for qualifying for the
yes,
playoffs.
Absolutely.
100%, yeah.
Believe it or not, it brought me back to 1990, the
Oh,
World Cup.
Italia 90, yeah.
I took a week off work for. No. Sure, look at him, well gone out with her. I was sick. Sick, all right, on the beer all week.
whole country
Sick.
was sick.
It was
Holy
brilliant. Oh, jeez.
I don't remember.
You see
because,
those
I was
memes
only
going
2.
around and the WhatsApps and all that, all the boys are queuing up at the credit union.
Yeah.
For the ones, yeah,
for the
honest to
playoffs.
God.
You know,
Yeah, honest to God. I know nothing about soccer, don't even pretend it, but jeez, it was, I didn't watch it now, but just, it's great seeing all the hype about it. And your man, that guy, what's that lad? Troy Parrott, is it?
Troy Parrott.
Troy Parrott,
Yeah,
yeah.
scored a hat-trick,
From
wasn't
Well,
it?
Terrance
I can tell you,
Dublin.
Brian,
Was he? Fair fucking,
I give you
brilliant.
the first little bit of it. You know that white ball that they're kicking on the ground?
Yeah.
Well, if they get it in between them two posts,
No way.
Yeah.
And does it matter if it goes over the middle?
oh,
one?
if it goes over
Do you
your
get a
foot-
pint if it goes over
no,
the middle?
that's Gaelic. That's Gaelic.
Oh,
no,
VJ,
this thing
right.
has to go straight into the
Right.
centre. of these
And he
two-
done it 3 times there on
Oh
Sunday.
my God.
Yeah.
What about your man that's standing in the middle? Like, what's the story with him?
Well, tough shit. If he doesn't move, it's gone in.
Oh,
and
there you go.
know
Jeez,
yourself.
I'm learning stuff now. I'll
Yeah.
listen.
Oh, it's brilliant,
I think I'd
Brian.
sell double bikes.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
where
the last goal, like from the goalie, Keith Kelleher, whatever, the pass he into Scales and the nod on then for Troy Parrott, and he just got the studs to it and put it in the net.
Brilliant.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
and
And
the
then
95th, 96th minute.
Oh,
You're asking me, I
yeah.
haven't
It was
got a clue.
close.
I haven't got a clue. I was the rugby. Did Ireland won in the rugby as well?
Yeah,
or
to
something,
beat
didn't
Australia.
they?
Yeah.
To beat Australia in rugby, yeah.
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 And England probably had them bet the All Blacks.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Ireland and
England rugby bet the All Blacks.
And he's watched the rugby. Do you like
Check it.
rugby?
Huh?
Do you watch the rugby?
Listen, come here later.
I always think it's just that real D.
I
Isn't it? You know,
don't-
that real D for
I
it, you
don't
know?
sit down.
Fintan and Sorsha and Mark are over there parking the car.
Yeah, but I wouldn't sit
Yeah.
down now just specifically to
Specifically.
look
Pacific.
at fucking. Yeah,
Spit out there, will you?
Take the spot out of your mouth.
Yeah, but to look
Specifically.
at rugby
Specifically
or
too.
soccer
Yes,
or
yeah.
anything like
I know
that,
you're
you
not
know.
a
Yeah.
egg ball fan or a round ball fan or
No.
a football fan or a GA fan or
No,
anything
Well,
like
no,
that.
I love the guy. I watch. I have to say I do. I'm deep. I love the G. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
probably. Yeah, just love it, man. Yeah, Kildare all the way, man. 100%. Kildare for Sam 26. I'm saying it here first. It's going to happen. No, and I would. I'd watch
Yeah,
that rugby
but
if
the
it was on,
rest
but
of
I
the
don't
teams
understand
won't
it.
show up.
We went down. My young lad, a funny story. My young lad went down. He started playing rugby now, but he did his first ever rugby blitz 2 or 3 weeks ago. Remember the morning after we were here down in Rossgrey, and myself and herself were standing there looking at the game. We were, oh, come on, go on, fair play to you. And not a clue what was going on. I was there. Is he doing good or bad or what? I hadn't a fucking clue. But
Yeah,
anyway,
it's the other way around in rugby, isn't it? The forwards are the backs and the backs are the forwards.
Something like that.
no fucking idea. Not a Jesus clue. Anyway, I think we're going to stick to the motorbikes on this podcast.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
we
yeah.
won't
Two
try
wheels.
and
They're going off on
we
a
won't-
tangent there now.
Exactly. We won't
Absolutely.
try and we won't even pretend to try and educate anybody. Not that we're educating you on that motorbike
No,
or
but
either, to be
it's
fair.
the same with the fucking tennis. 40 love. What the fuck's 40 love?
That's
You're
when,
only hitting a
that's when
ball.
you're getting fags. Give me 40, love. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is. That's what that is. Really short. Yeah, no, but look, interesting.
And
Interesting.
what is a juice when they're 40 all or something?
I couldn't tell you, Jen. Well, I know.
Oh,
Now, having said it, some of them tennis women, 40
no,
love
no,
now,
no,
yeah.
no, no.
I know. They're
No.
in their 40s. Like,
in their
40
40s.
love.
Yeah. Don't understand it. Haven't got a clue. But
No, I
anyway.
wouldn't have a fucking bull's notion. Same with golf. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have a
No.
Yeah, he's hitting the ball 240 yards up the
I'm going to
road.
be straight now. And I'm
Going
going
that
to.
far, he's a good golfer.
Well, I'm going to lose a lot of supporters when I say this. I played golf briefly. Now, when I say briefly, very fucking briefly. I came off the bike. I give up the bike when I went away from the bikes for a little while anyway. And I says, I'm one of those people that I'm obsessive. If I get something that I like, I have to go balls out at. Went off, spent like €700 on a pair of fucking clubs and all this. I was left-handed.
A pair of clubs?
For a set.
golf?
What do you call them? A set of clubs.
set of clubs,
A set of clubs. Yeah. So yeah, I was doing it anyway, and the
Are we talking
deciding
about cards
factor.
now or golf?
Thanks for listening to the podcast.
the deciding
stay
factor-
on
Motorcycle hour. We're not allowed golf,
for
rugby,
next
and
week
Yeah,
because
I
this
give an example.
cunt shite. I'm sorry.
The deciding factor was, no, I was shy anyway, but one day I was playing decent as regards for my level, which was still shite and way below anybody else, but for my level it was decent. And we were doing the 18 holes,
I can already picture it.
we done the first 9 and we were back towards the van, and I was looking at the van and I says, the Lord Jesus, boys, now will be my chance. And I said to the boys, you know something, I'm going to call it off. And I just picked up my clubs, back to the van, fucked them into it, threw them up in the done deal that night, and that was it, gone. I couldn't get to it. I went off during the period where I was briefly out. I remember there was a big golf thing below in Kilkenny.
Can
There
they,
was some
'cause they're not
big
into golf.
golf thing below in Kilkenny here 2 or 3 years ago. And the mother-in-law, in her infinite wisdom, she got me a ticket to go to this fucking golf yoke, right? So, because all the father-in-law and them all, they were all going to so he's like, "God, the curse of jazz." So 2 of the boys that are mates of mine, they would be into golf. But I said, "Look, I'll tell you what we'll do, boys. This is the crack. We'll go down to the fucking yoke.
Feed the pints.
I'll drive, yeah." I says, "We'll go down, we'll have a look at the fucking golf, back up to Eaton Derry. We're going on the beer for the day." Oh, jeez, 100% somebody. This going to be class. So bundled us all into the van, down to Kenny, stood there, walked around for half the day looking at these knocks trying to hit a golf ball, and all these lads in stupid trousers and fucking pole neck jumpers and all this crack. I couldn't wait to get out of there. The boys were mad into it. I says, "Boys, we go, grand, 100%. Got into the van, headed for home. The 2 whores was after bringing said they were that on much of a buzz from looking at the golf. They says, "You know what we'll do? We'll go and play 9 holes." I said, "Boys, hold on a minute now. We had a fucking deal." "Oh, James McGuire, no, come on. I said, "Boys, not happening." And they were like, "Well, we're going playing golf." So I says, "No bother whatsoever." So I dropped down to the golf course and I went home and I sulked for the evening. That was it.
I went out for a game of golf one day, and you put your ball on the tee, fucking hit it that hard, lads, right? The gamekeeper rang at the 18th hole and he said, "Was that the char? He got a hole in one." Boys. Says, "That's it."
I'm surprised you didn't bring your shotgun with you. And then when someone pulled on the ball, you was out, bang. Threw the ball out of the sky. Yeah.
That was like the joke. Remember the joke? Tiger Woods was playing down in Lahinch or something, and he gets out of his fucking brand new BMW car in some little petrol station in the middle of fucking nowhere, Ireland. And this old lad comes out, of course, not a clue who he is, and he says, "Oh, admiring the car and the whole lot." I said, "Yes, that's a fine car, no," and the whole lot. And he says, "Oh, fill it up there, the whole lot," and fill it up. And he was asking him questions about the car. Tiger Woods puts the hand into the pocket to take out the wallet, and a tea falls out of his pocket and lands on the ground. The old lad picks up the tea and looks at him. He says, he's there looking at him. He says, "What in the name of God," he says, "is that, Chuck?" And Tiger Woods says to him, he says, "Oh, that's a tea." He says, "You put your balls on it when you're driving." The man says, "By just old BMW, think of everything." Classic. Boys, I think we better wrap this up because we're going on a tangent here. I hope you all enjoyed that podcast this week.
Absolutely.
Anybody that has any ideas or for Alex Sinclair, or can get him in contact or get sponsors going or whatever it takes.
We need money, and we need money quickly.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
get in contact. You can
get this thing going,
Get it going, exactly.
Absolutely.
They're all accessible. It's easy to jump onto the Motorcycle Ireland Facebook page and stuff. In fairness, when I wanted to get Alex on, I reached out, and within, I'd say 20 minutes, I had a response. So jump on there, get it on, and here's to getting back racing for 2026.
Absolutely.
Yup.
All in agreement?
And don't forget, tune in next week, boys, for episode 62.
And girls.
And kids. And everyone in the biking scene of it.
Over 18's kids, no. If
That's
you're
because of
listening to
you.
this,
No,
there's something
That's because of you.
Yeah, exactly. We never had to put that disclaimer until you started yapping away.
yeah, true.
Folks, have a good weekend, and we hope to see as many as if we can on Saturday below in Kinnegad Plaza for our trip to Terrance Healeys. And that's it, over and out for episode 61. Talk to you all next week.
take care.